Leanne, you know I brought my daughter with me, and I'm going to get upset. And she's not been in school since last September. And she's GCSE year and the wheels have fallen off. And what would you say to an AuDHD girl who's waiting for a diagnosis, who will not sit her GCSEs this year, and we love so very desperately and want her to do the best she can possibly do? And what is your advice to her as you sit here as somebody who's overcome all this stuff? I didn't get diagnosed till 50 years old, and I've had a whole shit ton of trauma as a result of it. I've lost jobs, I've lost friends, I've lost everything, and I nearly lost it all last year. And now I've got a daughter who is following in my path, and I want it to stop. And I hear what's happening in the government with pushing us to this bollocks that is everyone's a little bit ADHD, and it's not the truth. So I'm sorry to get upset, but it just works to the point where here's my daughter, she's the product of COVID and bad education and Michael effing Gove. And what would you say to her now that gives her some inspiration for the future? Sorry, that was too emotional.
So many people are pointing at themselves and looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle it. I'm sorry, I can't go to the people that are pointing at me because I don't know what you're saying to me, but I appreciate the sentiment. They should talk to you after, Phil, Dave, right? Is your daughter there?
We'll sort you next week.
They will sort you next week. Is your daughter there? Like, hello. Can we say hi? Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Isabel.
Hey Isabel, how are you doing?
I mean, right now, alright.
Good. Hey, I'm saying that life gets better. It sucks being 14. It's horrible. But life gets better, and there's a lot. Although, yeah, school sucks, it also sucked when I was 14. And my life sucked, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm stuck, and it sounds to me like your mum is more upset than you are about it. Just saying, maybe we should get some coaching.
She gets very passionate about the school system and ADHD and autism.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Deb, right? Just have to make sure I get my brain here. So, Deb, you are an amazing parent. The fact that you care so much and the fact you're there fighting for your daughter is pretty amazing, and your daughter's going to grow up knowing that she is loved and cared for and accepted, and it doesn't really matter about the stupid school. A-levels are pretty pointless. I got all A's in my A-levels. Pointless. You don't need them. You need absolutely zero qualifications to be an ADHD coach, except a good dose of crazy. Sorry? You can do my course, but you don't even need that. You can do my course if you want, but come to me, the children. If the children want to do the course, they're very welcome to come do it, whatever. Because it's like Rachel, it's like, you know, the fact that Rachel is there as an 18-year-old, go to Rachel, because like meeting people that understand this kind of like TikTok language. Like when I watched Adolescents, I realised I was old because they were talking about a dynamite emoji in the language, and I was like, oh, I don't know what this means. But meet people your age that can understand you and understand the world that you're fighting. COVID is really bad, but you've been through a lot, and for me, I've been through a lot. My dad can confirm too. He can confirm, you know, my dad will tell you happily how I called him up every day, crying, hysterically, complaining, throwing phones out the window because I wanted a new one. I threw a bowl of tomatoes over my dad's head once when he was watching television. Yeah, it was pretty bad. When I went to visit him in Russia when I was 14, I was like, I'm going out clubbing. And he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. So, don't worry, you're going to be fine. If I can be here, you're going to be absolutely fine, especially with a mum like Deb, right? You've got so many opportunities ahead of you, and you're growing up in a world where it's actually pretty amazing because you can just do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to get a job in law. Sorry, Mayor Brown, but if you're going to get one, I would get one here. But you don't have to. I make way more money as an ADHD coach than I did as in law. Way more. And I would highly recommend that you do the same. Not that it's all about money, blah, 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 blah. But you know, when I was your age, I was like, oh, I can choose between a job I enjoy or money to survive. And actually that was just another lie from society. Once I got a real job, I was like, I actually have got no money because it all goes on rent and sitting on ASOS every day. And so actually being self-employed, I would say do the thing that you like doing, and remember, like, you can literally do anything you put your mind to, especially if it doesn't exist, because that means there's no competition. So that's what I would say, Deb. And Deb, I would say to you, you're going to be fine. Don't worry so much about it. Be nice to yourself. And with that, I better